Welcome to Organon, where we delve into the profound and often misunderstood world of philosophy to illuminate those fundamental questions that shape not only our understanding of reality, but also the very frameworks of human thought. I'm Hossein Khanbagi, your guide through these intellectual territories. Today, we turn our attention to a particularly misguided assertion made by none other than Jordan Peterson, a man who, while provocative, frequently treads into philosophical waters that run rather deeper than his intellectual reach. Peterson has claimed that scientific inquiry in essence mirrors the practices of religion. At first, this may sound appealing, even poetic, yet upon close inspection, the comparison falls apart in the most spectacular fashion. Let's hear his perspective first, then I'll offer mine.
With the death of God, many other things die, things you don't expect. And one of the things that dies when God dies is science, and no one expected that.
How so?
Because science as a practice is a religious practice. It's predicated on religious axioms.
Is it?
Well, you have to believe that there's such a thing as truth. You have to believe that the truth is understandable. You have to believe that understanding the truth is good. You have to believe that there is such a thing as good.
Peterson's argument rests upon the notion that since both science and religion claim to pursue truth, they must therefore be fundamentally the same. This, of course, is a textbook example of what we may call the fallacy of composition. It is akin to arguing that because both Bengal tiger and a common house cat are members of feline family, they must in every respect behave the same. Such a view, I need hardly point out, is deeply flawed, to say the least. The distinction between science and religion is not merely a matter of semantics. Science, after all, operates on an entirely different epistemological foundation. Realists, for instance, contend that scientific theories aim to reveal objective truth about a world that exists independently of our beliefs or perceptions. In contrast, anti-realists argue that the purpose of science is not to unveil ultimate truth, but to provide us with tools to predict, manipulate, and navigate the world. In their view, the accuracy of scientific theory is not measured by its reflection of some ground metaphysical reality, but by its usefulness and effectiveness. Consider, if you will, quantum mechanics. The anti-realist has no concern for whether quantum theory describes the ultimate nature of reality. Its value lies in its predictive power. By this line of reasoning, scientific inquiry is not a pilgrimage toward absolute truth, as Peterson's would have us believe, but a pragmatic exercise in problem solving. To liken this to religious truth-seeking is frankly absurd. Religion rests upon a different foundation altogether, one of faith, revelation, and doctrine, where science demands empirical evidence and falsifiability. Religion thrives on the acceptance of truths that are impervious to disproof. Take, for example, the Christian belief in salvation or divine will. These are not ideas that can be tested in a laboratory. They are accepted as articles of faith. To equate these two vastly different modes of understanding is not only disingenuous, but betrays a startling lack of philosophical subtlety on Peterson's part. Further compounding his error, Peterson seems entirely unaware of the rich debates that have been taking place within the philosophy of science, particularly in this age. The tension between realism and anti-realism, or the various theories of truth, whether correspondence, coherence, or pragmatism, are simply glossed over in favor of a crude and reductive comparison. The subtlety and nuance of these discussions are sacrificed at the altar of convenience. And let us not forget Peterson's rather unfortunate misreading of Nietzsche and the death of God. Nietzsche's proclamation was not an invitation to conflate science and religion, but a call to move beyond the need for metaphysical crutches. The advent of modern science, in fact, signaled a shift, a break from the divine certainties of the past toward the future where knowledge was grounded in observable phenomena. Science, contrary to Peterson's claim, is not concerned with divine purpose or ultimate meaning, but with how the world works in the absence of such metaphysical pretensions. Indeed, modern science has grown precisely out of a metaphysical foundation laid by Nietzsche's Death of God and the Enlightenment's aftermath. It was in this intellectual climate that science began to flourish, freed from the constraint of religious authority, which is yet further evidence that Peterson's claim is fundamentally unreliable. To equate the evolution of scientific thought with religious practice is not only a misunderstanding, but an outright contradiction of the historical reality. In future episodes, we shall explore these matters in greater depth. We will examine more closely the philosophical debates surrounding realism and anti-realism, and we shall take a deeper dive into the various theories of truth that shape our understanding of scientific inquiry. Furthermore, we'll delve into the fundamental differences between how science and indeed religion approach the pursuit of knowledge. But for now, let us say this. Peterson's comparison of science and religion is not merely oversimplified. It is in fact profoundly mistaken. His argument, while might be interesting for some, collapses under the weight of any serious philosophical scrutiny. By conflating these two entirely different ways of knowing, he reveals a fundamental lack of understanding of both. And in the end, thank you for joining me on this intellectual journey. If you found this analysis insightful, I invite you to subscribe to Organon for more explorations of philosophy and its relevance to the modern age. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video, and I look forward to your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care.